When we found out that we were having a daughter, we didn't realize the reality that comes with it. Yeah, the older she gets, the more we realize how important it is for her to grow up in an environment that is safe.
Yeah.
It's 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, and we asked our audience on TikTok and Instagram whether or not they think it's possible to live in a world without gender-based violence, and if they do, what do they think that world looks like? And today we're just gonna read you guys
Their
response, yeah, and their thoughts and what they have to say. Yeah. So the first ones that we're gonna read now, we had done a story, a question story on our Instagram, and then we asked people what would look different in a GBV free world.
Mr. _Red said there are a lot of areas where would see improvement, mostly being safe public spaces for all. Secondly, he thinks would see improvements in mental and physical health from people. Thirdly, maybe equality at workspaces, and would have safe environments for colleagues. Culture changes in the media space would see more diverse movies looking at gender roles. But is it that bad though right now?
In the media space?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not bad, but it can be better.
You think so?
Yeah. And also equality in workplaces would see a safe environment for colleagues.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think there is most probably a high number of harassment complaints and gender-based violence incidents that happen in the workspace.
100%.
Where women are victimized just because they're women. Yeah.
And also when you can't speak out because maybe the person who's doing those things to you is your boss. Yeah.
And you're afraid that you might lose your job, or or it's maybe someone that is higher than you, and then at Pretty Doe says, a less trauma-stricken nation, growth and healing for our moms, and more emphasis on their dreams.
Crazy.
Yeah. Even for my mom, it's sad that I understand this statement from my own personal experience, because my mom was a victim of gender-based violence, and I think for her, if she had grown up in a world without gender-based violence, I think her life would have turned out way different from what it is right now. So yeah.
Same.
Bongi _03 says, there won't be deaths of women and girls every day of every week. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and girls going missing and kids going missing.
Yeah, because the current statistic now is 1 in every 3 women will experience gender-based violence. Yeah, that's a sad reality. Bushle _.k says, we'll be able to express our feelings without the fear of being abused or oppressed. Yeah, I think women will be able to vocalize their feelings without the fear of a man retaliating with violence. Women would be free. There would never be but a woman in South Africa reason to not do something.
That's a phrase I use a lot.
I'd be able to take a late night walk to clear my mind whenever things got hectic. Yeah, I think because I'm a man, I don't know how it feels like to not be able to take a walk whenever you want to, but you as a female, how would you say it?
Thing is, I think it would be amazing, right? Because there are times where, you wake up in the morning and I feel the urge to jog. I want to leave and take a jog like 5 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. before the sun rises, maybe in winter. And I think, it's too early. There's probably, no one's going to see me if anything happens to me. Yeah. It's risky, but it would be really amazing to be able to have the freedom to go out whenever I feel like it. Maybe go to the shop. it's draining sometimes having to send you a specific thing. Now I have to send you because I can't go myself. So it would be nice to be able to take charge and go out there. Yeah. Kele.so_m says, happier and confident girls. I know GBV made me lose a bit of my self-confidence.
Yeah, that's sad.
Bushes.world says, a GBV free world will be about freedom and safety. People would be able to interact with any gender. People would be able to interact even at night. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I think the night part is.
But it's it's not only limited to night as well.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it. I'm saying the night part specifically seems like a lot of women feel that because of how things are currently in our country, because of the high rate of GBV, that there's certain things that they would like to do at night, and then now it's taken away from them because of the fear of what could possibly happen to them.
Yeah, because even with friends, like when I go out with my friends, there's a specific time that we have to leave because we're girls and we have to be taking Ubers, can never be safe. So, whereas we'd like to stay longer, at least come our seats, and then we part ways. But we can't even leave like our seats. The sun is still out, but because we have to take Ubers, we have to leave at least 2 hours earlier than that, so that whoever is taking us home, people will be able to identify the person because it's bright daylight.
Lerato Kari says, in a GBV free world, everyone would have the freedom to live free from violence and discrimination. And then Caramel_Nana says, women wearing revealing things without the fear of being raped.
Yeah.
Lisady_MSI says, reduced rates of femicide, rape, and other forms of violence against women and girls. And T.Karabo says, where you actually go anywhere and feel safe.
Yeah.
So these are people's views of what a world without GBV would look like. Yeah, and to think that it's things that like a normal human being should be able to do without
feeling threatened.
Yeah. Because Hava is gonna join us for the rest of the video. Now we're on TikTok. We're just gonna read a couple of comments where people are also sharing what they think a world without gender-based violence will look like. And Jay the Gamer says, looking forward to a world where I don't have to take my daughter to self-defense classes in order for her to protect herself from a total stranger or someone she trusted her with her life. I believe it's possible if we raise both our sons and daughters with a different mindset and different cultural norms and try our best as a society to model acceptable behavior for them. Yeah, it's a little late for our generation, but we can try with the upcoming generation. Yeah, I think part of having the conversation now is also spreading awareness, and I think it's crucial, especially for the upcoming generation, to know that there's right or wrong, and in having this conversation they can kind of know that it's wrong to victimize somebody because of their gender. But violence in and of itself is wrong, so
Were you taught?
I wasn't taught by my parents. It's things that I had to learn from school and the different programs that I was watching from TV, movies, and so forth. But I wasn't really sat down and explained to that, hey. Lerato.m says, a world without gender-based violence would really be heaven, where people would live without having to look over their shoulders, and the generation that comes from us will root from true love.
It looks like it's also a fear in relationships as well. I mean, I'm not saying that there's no GBV happening in relationships. I'm just saying, it's just as great as big as the walking at night and passing men. Yeah. In a gender-based, violence-free world, every individual would walk through life wrapped in a profound sense of safety and respect. Communities would flourish, filled with vibrant interactions where trust replaces fear. Women and marginalized groups would pursue their dreams unimpeded, their voices heard and valued. Families would be free from the shadows of violence, nurturing love and understanding instead. The air would be filled with hope, and every person would have the freedom to express their identity without fear of retribution. In this world, compassion would be the norm, and humanity would shine brightly in the absence of violence.
I don't even know what to say or to add, because it encapsulates literally what women, how can I put it, every woman's cry
Or yearn.
Yeah.
From.
Yeah. So sad. And the last one we're gonna read is from Butterfly. Says this kind of world would let people focus more on achieving their goals, building strong communities, and feeling genuinely safe wherever they go, meaning opportunity for growth. More people, especially women and marginalized genders, would feel empowered to take on leadership roles in sports or academics without fear of harassment. Survivors of violence wouldn't have to face the stigma that often affects their mental health or academic performance. It's a vision worth striving for. I think the opinions that we just read now, the thoughts that people shared with us, paint the picture of the current situation in our country. And that a lot of us, not just women, men as well, we all have this ideal in our minds. Whenever we think of a world without gender-based violence, we kind of know how that world looks like. It doesn't look like how the world looks like right now. And I think it's up to us as the current generation, to spread awareness, have conversations, spread awareness and speak to as many people as we can, especially the young.
The upcoming generation.
Yeah, the upcoming generation. Teach them while they are young that violence is not an option, it's not the answer.
Yeah.
There are better ways to deal with conflict. Violence shouldn't even be a thought, so that Sapphire and everyone else in the upcoming generation can grow up in an environment that is not only safe, man, but it's fun to live in,
But do you think it's too late to implement in our generation, in our current generation as well?
Yeah, maybe in our current generation, maybe it's not too late, but it's going to take a lot of effort.
From the government.
Yeah, from the government, from also the people that are watching this particular video. If they also feel like
there's ways.
Yeah, there's ways, maybe leave your thoughts in the comments, what you think needs to be done, can be done, so that the ideal is not only for future generations, but it's things that we can implement now.
Right.
Yeah, so we hope that you found this video to be an eye-opener. Please do share your thoughts on what you think a world without gender-based violence looks like. Thank you for watching.